In plants, we have studied that most of the tissues were dead and they were having protective function. But in animals, which thing we found? We found that most of the tissues are living and they perform vital function. These tissues combine to form that organ or organ system to perform different functions. So here in tissues we can see different kind of tissues are found in animal body, that is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. What is the function of these kind of tissues? The function of these kind of tissues is that uh, epithelial, that means it is going to form the upper lining of any of the surface. Then connective tissue, it means it is going to make connection, it is going to join certain tissues or join certain organs. Then muscular tissue, which is going to result in the formation of muscles. While nervous tissue, that means it is going to conduct the that signals or the information throughout the body, that is the nervous tissue.
Let's look at each tissue in detail.
So if we are just studying about all the tissues in detail, we can found different structures there. Like here you can see that different organs are there. These different organs would be performing different functions. So on that basis, the tissues which are found in that region, that would be different. Like if I'm just talking about epithelial tissue, the tissue which will form the upper lining, it could be of different categories which are mentioned there. The first one is stratified, then is the squamous epithelium, columnar epithelial tissue, glandular epithelial tissue, cuboidal and ciliated epithelial tissue. Whenever we are studying tissue, in that case, we have to just focus on the one thing. That thing is that it is just classified on the basis of its structure and on the basis of its function. Like squamous epithelial tissue, what is the feature in this squamous epithelial tissue? It is flattened in structure. We can see it is having flattened surface, and this tissue is having, at the base it is having basilar membrane, that means it rests on a membrane, that is a basilar membrane. This membrane is made up of that lipid and glycoprotein. It is made up of those structures. Then columnar epithelium, what does it mean? It means the epithelial tissue which is going to just make a column of the cells or the row of the cells. You can see here in columnar epithelium you can find one thing, that the nucleus in the columnar epithelium, these are found at the base. You can see here at the base nucleus is found there. Then the next one is here stratified epithelial tissue. Stratified means stratified means layer one above other. So wherever there would be layer of so many cells, here we can see single layer is present, but here layer of so many the tissues are present over one over another, then that is called stratified epithelial tissue. In ciliated epithelium, we can found there projections, hair-like extensions. While in cuboidal epithelium, we can just see that it is having cuboid shaped structure, which is going to have that nucleus at the center, which we have studied in our notes also. This glandular epithelium means those tissues which are going to secrete certain secretions. These would be called as a glandular epithelial tissue. Like in our body, we have that sweat glands are there, so it would be found at that place. These all are the part of that epithelial tissue. Let us see squamous epithelial tissue. What are the features of squamous epithelial tissue? Here, basilar membrane, I have told you, it is having that flattened cells, and it is simple squamous epithelial tissue. Why simple? Because it is having single layer. Where it is found? It is found in skin, you can see. Then inside the blood vessels it is found. Then inside the heart, the layer of the epithelial tissue which is found, that is the squamous epithelial tissue. That means covering, it will form that covering of that tissue. Then is the columnar, that means which is going to have these elongated cells resting over the basilar membrane. These tissues will be formed in different organs of the body. The parts or the organs of the body where these are formed, that is the stomach, then intestine. In the stomach, intestine, which function is done? Generally function of absorption is done, so that function it will perform. Then the next one is the glandular epithelial tissue. That is, it is going to perform the function of secretion of something. Let us see where these glands are located and where it is found. We can see that it is having the several structures which will help in the secretions of the thing, and these are found on the skin. Sweat glands are found on the skin, and sebaceous gland which secretes oil on the skin. Eye, which is having tears gland. So wherever glands are found on the organism, that would be having glandular epithelial tissue. Ciliated, that means it is going to have this hair-like projections over its surface. So cilia helps in movement of something. So it will be present in that place where movement of something is required. We can see here movement of cilia. So where are these ciliated epithelial tissues are found? Let us see in the body where the movement of the things are required. So it can be found in respiratory passage, because in respiratory passage dust are there. Then it is also found in reproductive part of female where movement of ovum has to occur inside the fallopian tube. Next one is the cuboidal epithelial tissue. It is found in kidney, in our mouth, in thyroid gland. It is having cuboid shaped structure. So that's why there is found cuboidal epithelial tissue. Stratified means layered, layer one above another. So that is called stratified epithelial tissue. Till now we have studied the tissues which had single layer, but now it is having one above another layer. Let us see where it is found. This stratified tissues. These are found on skin. Again, skin में आपने भी पढ़ा था squamous epithelium. It is also found. Now let us study connective tissue. That means how do tissue help in connecting the various parts or various things in our body. We can see here it could be of different type: fluid connective tissue, cartilage, bone and areolar tissue, adipose connective tissue, fibrous connective tissue. There are mentioned connective tissues. Fluid connective tissue is represented by blood, which is having so many tissue in blood matrix. Cartilage, these are the soft bones which are present in your nose. You can see the bones of nose can be twisted, and in ear also. So these are the soft bones, cartilaginous bone. It is soft. The hard bone is bone which is found throughout your body, the skeleton. Areolar tissues, these tissues are found just beneath the skin. Suppose this is the skin. Inside the skin, the tissues which are found, that is the areolar tissues. Adipose tissues are those tissues which stores the fat. Adipocytes यानी fat cells को या fat को वो store करेंगे. That is called as the adipose connective tissue. Adipose tissues are there. And then fibrous connective tissue, that means it would be having certain fibers which will help in connecting the various cells or various structures. Fluid connective tissue, blood. Inside the blood we can see liquid portion is plasma, in which various cells like RBC, WBC and platelets are suspended, which perform their function in coordination with each other. So it is representing which tissue? Fluid connective tissue. It is having plasma, liquid portion, mixture of H2O and salts like sodium. Then RBC is there, red blood cells, WBC, white blood cells are there, and platelets which help in coagulation of blood during injury. So platelets are also found. These are the tissues, these are the cells which are found under the fluid connective tissue, and their group makes it fluid connective tissue, whose function is to transport the things. The second connective tissue which we are studying here is this bone. Bone is hard. It is having the deposition of calcium in it. Let us see what is the feature in this bone. Bone is protective in function, and it gives a specific shape and to the body, and that anchoring platform to the muscles also is provided by bones. It is also connective tissue because it is connecting the whole structure of the body. Fibrous connective tissue just involves ligaments and tendons. In fibrous connective tissue, the ligaments and tendons are involved. Now the question arises, where do the ligaments are found? Those tissues which join bone to bone, these are called ligaments. Those which are going to join. While those tissues tissues which join muscles to the bone, these are called tendon. So tendon and ligaments are there, which in joint movement help in the movement. Like here we can see these bones are joined with the ligaments, and it is joined with muscles are joined with the tendon, which is helping in movement of the body. Cartilage, these are comparatively soft as compared to bone, but these are also like bone. It is having connective tissue, function of connective tissue. Cartilage are found, I have just told you, nose and in ear, as I have explained you. Then in trachea also, this is respiratory passage which has rings of cartilage, which we will study in class 10th. If we are studying areolar tissue, which is found just beneath the skin. It gives, what is the function of this? It fills space inside the organs and supports them. Organs कोई भी है उसके नीचे के space को fill करेगा, उसको support करेगा. And it is also having mast cells which provide protection against the germs which are entering inside the body. We can see it is found at the different portions. Adipose tissues are the tissues which are going to have adipocytes. That means the cells which are going to store fat, globules inside them. So these are representing here adipose, connective tissue. These are found in the fleshy region of our body, like we can see palm of our body which is having these adipose tissues, and the portions which are going to have fat, these are having that portion, adipose. Now next thing is that animals are able to, in this diagram, it is just shown there in this video clip, you can see that muscles are helping us to move from one place to another. The next one is the muscular tissue. This muscular tissue provides us various kind of movement. These are broadly just categorized as striated muscles, unstriated muscles and cardiac muscles. When you are studying this topic, that striated, unstriated and cardiac muscle, you all have to refer to the notes which I have provided to you. In that you can see diagram as well as the reference point on the basis of which it has been categorized. Firstly, I am explaining to you, then I will play this video clip so that all of you can see what things are there. I will be explaining that also. So striated means those muscles which are going to have certain striations. Its image also I will show you under the microscope in between the video. So watch the video carefully. Striated means like striations, just a tie, the tie which you wear, you see certain patterns in that. So it would be having certain patterns, that's why it is called striated muscles. The basic thing about striated muscle is that it is voluntary in nature. It is just attached to the skeletal system of our body. That's why it is also called skeletal muscle. Like I am just moving my hand, I am just able to just grasp this my bottle. How? Because of this my skeletal system, which muscle is allowing me to just do the movement as per my will. That is the striated muscles which is having striation in them. So these are the voluntary muscles जो आपकी मर्जी से move कर सके. The another muscle is unstriated muscle. This is called smooth muscle also, involuntary muscles और visceral muscle. Visceral मतलब वो muscles जो कि internal organs में attached होगी. Then those organs which cannot be moved by your will. हमारी इच्छा से वो organs नहीं move कर सकते. Like if I'll say I want to move my stomach, can I move? No. If I'll say no, I want to move my intestine, can I move? I can apply pressure from my skin folds of the stomach, but I can't move my intestine. So those which are attached to the visceral organs, internal organs, those muscles, these muscles are called unstriated or that involuntary smooth muscles. They help in the movement of that organs, and these are in control of your that you can say that not in direct control of you. Then is the cardiac muscles. You can see here the structure of cardiac muscles. These are branched, even though they have striations, we can see them. But these are found in heart muscles, in heart tissues. You can see what is the function of these cardiac muscles. These function without any rest throughout the lifespan of an organism. Like you can see till the time we have born and till we are there on the planet Earth, these cardiac muscles would be pumping throughout the lifespan. So they have that function, continuous function without any rest. Let us see further what is explained here in this video. Striated muscles which I have explained is striated muscle. The things we can see, distribution of nucleus is there, striations are there in this, dark bands are found in them and light band, that means striations, lines are there. जिसको हम striations या mark बोलते हैं, it is found in them, attached to the skeletal system and helping in the voluntary movement here. All the points which I have told that are repeated here. Voluntary movement is occurring there in this. Then other thing is there, we can see it is where it is found: hands, legs, face, neck. You can see I am just able to speak also. How I am able to speak? Because of the muscles which are there, and these are striated muscles. Then next one is the unstriated muscles. For that, visceral organ are shown there. Unstriated, yes, smooth muscle. These are not in our control. These are just in control of that CNS, but not in direct control of ours. These are lacking striations on its surface. It is having central nucleus. You can see that. So these are smooth muscles, involuntary, without our will. These are going to function. Then these are found in eye, that urinary bladder, lungs, in different portion. These muscles are found. Before moving to the cardiac muscles, one question is there. You all have to answer me. I'm giving you few seconds. Just tell me the muscles, the organ where both voluntary and involuntary muscles are found. Those muscles which can work according to our will, and those muscles which are not going to work, which works with our will, and sometimes they do not work. The example is eyes and that respiratory muscles which are just controlling our respiration. Like suppose I am just giving you example. I am just opening my eyes without blinking, and I am controlling my breath also, and you all have to count down the time till I am just able to control my eyelids by not closing it, and I am controlling my breath. You can understand whether I am breathing or not, but just see that. Time starts now. So I have done it for this much second only. You can also just do the same thing with me only, that whether you can control your breath and eyes or not, but breathing that is having both voluntary and involuntary muscles. The next one is the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle means those muscles which are found in heart of a person. Now what is happening there in the cardiac muscles? These are obviously involuntary in function. These are not in our control. These are found in heart, which has the function of continuous pumping of the blood. If it will stop, then the whole function of the body will get stopped. There is the nervous tissue. Nervous tissue means those tissues which help you in perceiving the things. Like right now you all are able to listen to me, see me, and understand the concept which is taught to you. These all things are happening because the neurons of your eyes, ears are perceiving the things and sending it to brain for understanding. So these all things are just done by the nervous tissue, which transmit information from one part of the body to the other part of the body. These are called nervous tissue or the neurons. We can see here elaborate diagram of neuron. Which diagram does it is shown here? We can see here this portion is called cell body. Here it is axon. It is axon, and it is representing here axon end. Cytoplasm, it is having the fluid matrix. Cytoplasm, central nucleus is there. This whole structure is called cytosol. These hair-like extensions are called dendrites. Inside the nucleus, the cytoplasm, all the cell organelles are found in this neuron. Here it is nerve fibers. That means the fibers which are arising from the neurons, and you can see from which the impulse is conducted throughout the body. It is a typical structure of nervous tissue, that is neuron. Where these are found? Brain, spinal cord, and throughout the body these nerves are found. The next thing just mentioned here, like through the neurons you can just feel the temperature, perceive the light. Different things can be perceived through this neurons, nervous tissue, which enables us to just look at the things which are present all around us.